Christmas, when the snow starts to fall, then you know it's Christmas for the children above all. Then you know it's Christmas, 'cause Santa's on his way. We'll stand under the mistletoe, and then it's Christmas Day. The joyful times we witness forever stays with us. Soon Rudolph hears his whistle and gathers all his friends. When Santa and his missus wraps the final gift, you know it's time for Christmas for each and every one.
Okay, whatever you gotta do in your life. You ready? Okay. What is up, y'all? It's your girl Lala, aka Chelle, aka Chelle, aka Michelle, my belle. Y'all, I've been fighting for my life to get this video out. Listen. Hear me out. First of all, happy Vlogmas Day 11 on say. Second of all, I hope to see y'all at the AOM Founders Day weekend. Third, y'all, I had a vlog plan. Yeah, I had a vlog plan, but I got something better. So, Eastside Manor is open. Y'all been asking me in the comments on my social media. Eastside Manor is open for RP and rentals with soul. Okay. So, please come and check it out on your own. The owner has intentionally been private about it and not showing a bunch of videos because the idea is for y'all to come see for yourselves. Okay. So this is where I will be RPing. Yes, I plan to be RPing here full time. This is also where I reside. I got a security system though, so don't get Swiss cheesed up because you're trying to be cute. But all jokes aside, y'all, I've been going through a lot. RL and SL, I've been going through a lot, and the enemy has been putting in work, but my God is stronger. To use people around me to try to put me in a negative space so that I self-sabotage my blessings is crazy work, but it's what's expected of the enemy. So y'all, I've been going through stuff in SL and RL, and the enemy has been using some people that are closest to me to try to create chaos, and I knew that something was up because the enemy usually does that when he wants to distract you. I had a lot of important RL things to take care of, and if I had set in my emotions based on everything I was going through, I would have ruined my blessings. But I prayed. Y'all, when I tell y'all prayer works, I don't care if you got to pray every hour, pray. I prayed that God kept me grounded. I prayed that God kept me focused. And in a lot of instances, I prayed that God took the pain away. So yeah, the enemy has been using people closest to me to try to hurt me because I used to be so emotional that my emotions dictated everything I did. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't work. Even if I had responsibilities, I would just rush through them because I just wanted to hurry up and just, be able to wallow in my emotions. But when I tell y'all I am a prayer warrior, like I said, I'm not a killer. But don't push me. God is not through with me yet, so y'all still can't play with me. But when I tell you I pray about everything, I pray when I'm angry, I pray when I'm happy, I pray when I'm sad. And it was only by God's grace that after all that I've went through, that not only did I make it through the things I needed to successfully, RL, because the old me would have been ready to throw away all my hard work because I was sad. You know what I mean? I would have been sitting here calculating like, how bad would it be if I don't do my best? You know what I mean? But I needed this. There's stuff that I have been working towards behind the scenes that I haven't told anybody about. And the enemy knew that. He knew that I was coming upon the time where it really, really counts. And so that's why he sent the attacks that he did, because he thought that I would be wallowing in self-pity. He thought that I would be so sad. He thought I would be so distracted that I wouldn't put forth the work that I needed to, that I wouldn't do well in the conversations I needed to have, that I wouldn't be able to give the information I needed to give that changed my life. But I prayed to God and I literally asked God, do not let the enemy get me. Do not let the enemy get me so deep in my emotions that I can't do what I'm supposed to do. You see, because the enemy knows the blessings God has for you. And the enemy knows that the enemy don't have the power to take them away from you. But you do. You have the power to sacrifice them. And you have the power to sabotage them. And that's what the enemy does. He tries to get you to lay down your own blessings. And I knew that this was about the enemy came after my heart. He came after it hard. There were so many people I let in after a long time of being closed up. And who do you think the enemy used when it was time for me to glow up? Because he wanted me to feel the betrayal. He wanted me to feel like, see, I can't trust nobody. See, nobody rock with me the way I rock with everybody else. He wanted me to give up. He wanted me to, when I had these moments, these appointments, y'all, when I tell you I got some stuff going on, when I went to these appointments, he wanted me to be distracted so I don't answer questions the way I need to answer them. I don't ask the questions the way I need to ask them. I don't carry myself the way I need to carry myself. The enemy wanted me to be distracted from all of that because those tactics used to work on me. Before the praying me, I would sink so deep into depression because of the stuff I'm going through that I would throw everything away. It didn't matter if I worked on it for weeks, months, days, or years or days. The enemy would convince me to throw it all away because I was sad. And you want to know what's so diabolical about it? Then after I threw away my blessings, he would make everything, he would like let up and everything wouldn't feel as heavy anymore. So I knew that when those attacks were coming in, it was the enemy letting me know I had blessings on the way. So listen, people were used to hurt me. Did it hurt? Absolutely. Do I feel betrayed? 100%. 100%. But again, my God is greater. God ain't never took anything or anyone away from me without replacing it with something that he knew would be much better for me. He did not. And sometimes that much better is not necessarily a change in situations or people, but to change the situation and people. And you might be like, Chelle, what do you mean? Well, it might be, oh, I'm having problems on this job, right? So God might tell me to quit, or God might get me fired, but then bring me back when new management has come in. That makes sense? Or it might be a friendship and God may say, cut this friend off. They're not good for you, right? So you have a falling out. That friend goes through whatever part of their journey they need to go through. You go through whatever part of your journey you need to go through. And God says, okay, y'all souls are healed enough and repaired enough to bring you back because I never intended to keep you separated. And God will do that. And y'all might be like, Chelle, you talking a lot about God. Yeah, because if it wasn't for God's grace and me staying prayed up, I wouldn't be here in front of y'all. So when I say in my videos, I love y'all to life. If you wasn't here tomorrow, I miss you. It's because I can relate. Okay? So I knew that the fact that I was getting randomly attacked, like if stuff is already bad and then something happens, it'll be like, okay, well, I saw this about to happen because things were going bad. But when you start to feel like, especially in social situations, that people are like sideswiping you with negativity, sideswiping you with problems and stuff like that, that's the enemy at work. And I think what's worse about it is one of the people that the enemy used to preach to me all the time about how, that this, what that person's trying to do, that's the enemy. Those emotions you feel, that's the enemy. And then turn right around and let the enemy use them. You were so sharp at peeping everybody else being used by the enemy, but couldn't catch it when it was your turn. So I knew that. And you have to remember, so you might say for my people, some people struggle with their beliefs and I can relate. You might say, well, why would God let that happen? Because it's one thing to go to God when everything is good or when you want something. But I be telling God, I stand on 10 toes in what I say. So I've been telling God, if you need to take everything from me, go ahead and take it. I accept it if it's your will. God's made me stand on it. He said, cool, I'm going to take those things and people that you love so much right now from you and see if you still down for me. I'm not keeping them from you, but I need to make sure your faith is right. And to be honest, they got a little work to do too. And I said, okay, God, I accept that. So he took it. And guess what I did? I stood on my faith. Shoot, some days my faith was all I had. I come on here laughing and joking and dancing with y'all. Y'all don't know how many days I spent laying in my bed crying. And the only reason I got on camera is because I felt like my people, the people who really do rock with me, not the people who are here for tea, because they want to see me sad, not the people who are here to they don't have good intentions, right? Not those people, but for my people that I know that's been down with me 10 toes, I come here every day, even when I'm not at full mental capacity, to give y'all a video, whether it's a sit down, whether it's a tutorial, whether it's a vlog. Y'all have no idea how many days I had to push through my own pain, my own sickness, because I've been sick for a while, my own fatigue, because I love y'all. So when I say I love y'all to life, I mean it. When I say if you weren't here tomorrow, I mean it, because I love y'all and I can relate to those feelings. Some days you are going to feel like all you have is your faith. And for some of these days of Vlogmas, that's what I've been holding on to. I didn't have nothing left but faith. And God has brought me here. And today, I know that things have changed in my life. It hasn't fully manifested, but I know it has because I can feel it in my spirit. Because when you write with God, you feel the things unseen. And again, I'm not perfect by any means. I slip up and cuss every now and then. Okay. I like to pop this thing in the club sometimes. And I'm not without fault at all. But I know who I am, and I'm not going to let nobody tell me who I am or tell me what I'm worth, because God already gave me that information. I don't need to hear it from man's mouth. Okay. And when I say man, I just mean human, not dude. So y'all, again, I really just came to tell y'all that Eastside Manor is open, but God has been putting a lot of stuff on my spirit to say in my videos. And I notice I'm losing some subscribers, and that's okay, because I'm about quality, not quantity. You don't even have to believe in God. But if me posting that video makes you leave, have a nice life. Bye-bye. Okay. So basically back to what I was saying, y'all, a lot of things have fallen apart for me, and the old me would have been like, God, this is the worst time for you to do it. I had so much stuff I'm trying to do. Why are you sending situations that's going to break me? But instead I said, God, I trust you. I believe you. I believe in you. And I'm going to be obedient to you. And y'all, all you have to do is endure. And sometimes that's what you got to pray. God, even if I don't understand or like the changes you making right now, give me the strength to endure. And that is what I have been praying for. Now, as things progress, I will come and give y'all more and more updates, because y'all know I don't be hiding from y'all. But as things progress, I will give y'all more and more updates. But to the people who left me when I needed you most, thank you. Because I was so busy leaning on you that I was starting to get distracted from who I was actually supposed to be leaning on. And that's God. It's people who I was going through such turmoil. All I wanted to do was talk to them, because I know we about to laugh and kiki and have a good time and pull me out of those negative spirits. And y'all know what happened? They picked a fight with me and we fell out. And I was just like, all I wanted to do was kick it with y'all. Like, my feelings was hurting. I was coming because I needed somebody to pour into me, and y'all done made it worse. You know what I mean? And I'm saying y'all because I don't want to give specifics. I never want anybody to feel so self-centered that, oh, that video's about me. No, I talk to people about life. And me sharing part of my situations is about me sharing my testimony, because I want y'all to know, no matter what you're going through, you're going to get through it. If God, whatever you call it, him or her, they, God, the Most High, the universe, source, whatever they bring you to, they will bring you through, but you have to have faith. That's a lot of people's problem. They don't have the faith. They have faith until it starts getting to the storm starts to come. Then your faith starts to waver like, well, I don't know, because this is getting kind of scary. Y'all, you got to keep holding on. You have to keep holding on. And so to be able to sustain myself through these SL and RL situations, I promise y'all there were some days where all I had was my faith. I didn't have a friend. I didn't have a lover. I didn't have money. All I had was my faith. And I am sitting here in front of y'all with my faith, the same faith that got me through, that's reminding me of the joy and the peace and the love and the happiness I can find in it throughout the storm. When I tell you faith will sustain you, you know how we all make jokes about happy pills, like the antidepressants and stuff like that. They make you feel like you don't care. You can get a better high on faith. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying don't take your medicine, because I take mine. Okay. But the peace, the love, the happiness, the serenity, the balance I have found in being strong in my faith is unmatched by anything else I have ever experienced in life. It ain't a drug you can get a high from that make you feel like it. It ain't a person's love that can make you. It is God. The love, the wholeness, the grounding, the clarity that God gives you. No one on this earth, not your mama, not your daddy, no matter how much you love them, not your kids, no man can give you what God has given me. So I will not let these situations break me, nor will I or did I let them distract me from the blessings that God has for me. Because again, the enemy knows that he can't take your blessings from you, but he can trick you into surrendering them. And I rebuked the enemy and I stayed prayed up. Y'all, it was some days where I was praying like every 30 minutes to an hour, because I was like, God, I'm falling apart. Please, I'm falling apart. And God sustained me. There were literal days where I cried myself to sleep and woke up the next morning feeling full of peace. And I don't mean like no manic episode, because you know manic episodes are highs and lows. I mean like I genuinely felt at peace, like God's got it. You have to have faith. Even if you don't believe in God, believe in something. You have to have that grounding in life. And so while I had a vlog plan, God put something much bigger on my spirit. And I'm going to be obedient. Yes, I'm going to show y'all I got some do this with me, day in the life. I got all of that. But somebody needed to hear this. Pray, especially when you don't even feel like it. When you feel like I'm not in the mood to pray, pray. A matter of fact, I'll tell y'all, I said that today. After one of my things that I was taking care of, I was so drained. Somebody said, hey, let me pray with you. I said, can you do it? Because I ain't got it. And so they started to pray with me, and I was just crying. They was praying. I was crying. They was praying. I was crying. And then by the time they finished, guess what, y'all? I got the energy to pray. And instead of me telling God like, oh, this hurts, I said, God, thank you. Thank you for surrounding me with people who will bring me to you even when I'm too weak to come to you on my own. Thank you for the trials and tribulations, because I know as I overcome, I'm going to look back and have an amazing testimony to give to somebody. We have to remember our lives aren't always just about us. Sometimes you have to overcome stuff because God is going to use you. He thinks enough of you. She thinks enough of you. I know some of y'all say God is a woman. To me, God is all things, so that doesn't matter to me. But God thinks enough of you to say, I'm going to use you to help somebody else. Imagine how much somebody has to believe in and trust you to say, I'm going to use you to change somebody else's life. And so sometimes we go through stuff because we need to be someone else's example of they can overcome. You see, I'm really about to get in. A lot of church people, and this is why I tell people I'm spiritual, not religious. A lot of church people will try to trick you into telling you that, oh, for God to use you, you got to be perfect. Don't do no drugs. Don't have no premarital. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be cussing. Don't be fighting. I want to be like, you clearly ain't read the Bible. Because God uses everybody usually but them people. Jesus was the only one that God used that met the requirement that a lot of you church folk be talking about. God will use a prostitute. God will use an addict. God will use a homeless person. And no, I'm not putting those people down. I'm just saying it's in contrast to what the image is that a lot of church people try to tell you that you have to be for God to use you. And you know why God does that? Because there's somebody somewhere that might be in your situation. Maybe it's not as bad as yours, though. But they look at you and say, well, if they can overcome that, I can overcome mine. Because again, the enemy knows that he doesn't have the power to actually defeat you, but he knows how to trick you into defeating yourself. So he gets in your head and he tell you, oh, you can't pray. You done too much. God ain't listening to you. You ain't good enough to go to God. God don't care about you. That's the lies that the enemy tell you. I promise you it's a lie. God can redeem anybody. He literally is just waiting on us to ask. That's it. Because you have to, the thing is, that's how the universe works. It has to do with balance and free will. You have to go to God on your own accord. So just like y'all be like, y'all will have friends who be like, you didn't help me. You be like, you didn't say nothing, but y'all want God to just do it. No, you got to go to God and surrender. Like, cleanse me. God, I am yours. Repair me, redeem me, and he will listen. I remember when I first started my spiritual walk, I was going through so much spiritual warfare one day. I said, God, please just give me a day of peace. I feel like I can't breathe. Y'all, I woke up the next morning. I lied to you not and had the easiest day of my life. Nothing went wrong that day. And I take that back. Stuff went wrong, but it had like immediate solutions. It was random people trying to help me, coming out of nowhere. Not coming out of nowhere. We know who sent them. But that's how God works. You can be redeemed at any time. Stop depending on human beings to be your savior. This world is full of people who are more concerned with self-preservation than they are taking care of their fellow brother or sister. Yeah, I get it. There are swindlers and scammers. You let God take care of them people. If you got a heart of gold, you keep that heart of gold. The only thing convincing you to forfeit that heart of gold is the enemy. Y'all be saying, oh, I used to be so nice, but all of this happened. That's not God telling you to do that. That's the enemy. God didn't give you a big heart for you to change your mind. It's because he knew that there were people in the world that needed your heart. Now, you ain't God. And I ain't saying that you need to be sticking in toxic situations trying to fix people with your love. Sometimes you somebody's last chance. Sometimes God like, okay, I'm going to put this person in your life. If you don't treat them right, okay, now we're going to talk about some recompense. A recompense. Like, now we're going to talk about, now you got to start paying some dues because you didn't want to act right. I gave you everything you needed to act right and you didn't do it. So I'm not telling y'all to stay in toxic situations. Sometimes you are somebody's one chance to feel real love. Not to stay while they mistreat you, but to show them what it is so that they have something to strive for when they start to fix themselves. So don't give up. Stay prayed up. Bring y'all little scoop ball head, knock knees to Eastside Manor and RP with your girl. I love y'all to life and I love y'all for free. See how much I love y'all? Put y'all in my business. Peace.